tonight seemed the Warriors were a step slow. I think we talked in great detail about how the improvement defensively, one-on-one, containing blow-bys. I thought tonight the Cleveland Cavaliers guards were getting by the Warriors perimeter players, creating havoc either for themselves. They were getting dunks. They were getting wide-open threes, obviously, in the first half. They made 14 threes in the first half. So I thought Cleveland did a much better job dictating tempo, the style of play that they wanted to play, and the Warriors played catch-up the rest of the night.
It was a tough loss. One of the worst first half we have seen the Warriors. I honestly, today was almost like the Warriors last night in the first half, a non-show, feeling a little bit under the weather. But I want to make sure to come here, and I was rethinking a lot about the game. I don't know if you're like that, but I'm, as a Warriors fan, when we lose, I really feel it. Like, I keep thinking what they could have done, what they should have done, like how things went wrong. And so today, I'll give you my point of view on a few things that the Warriors will have to improve and that hurt us last night, that almost hurt us against the Celtics 1 point. So I want to share that with you. I hope you enjoy the day, and the game tomorrow is going to be very tough against OKC. We're going to look at the schedule as well. But last night was tough to digest, and I think the Warriors as a team didn't show up as the Cavs did. So let's look at the stats so we can start discuss where things went wrong. So I'm going to bring you to the screen here both the Warriors and the Cavs stats, as you can see. And I want to start disagreeing for this particular game with what Steve Kerr said in the post-game interview. It's a fact, and one of the points that I don't want to dig deeper, because we are already tired of saying that, is that the Warriors have a problem with turnovers. Sloppy passes, which I will say here, even Stephen Curry. Last night I felt like Stephen Curry didn't really want to play, or he was, at some point he gave up, because he was throwing some sloppy pass, as he did with the game against the Celtics, and he had that discussion with Steve Kerr. So the Warriors have a problem with turnovers. But if you look here in the box score, you will see that the Warriors did 17 turnovers. The Cavaliers did 19. So that wasn't the problem. We got to be real that a lot of the things for the Cavaliers went wrong in the second half, when they were already comfortable, right? So the Warriors catch up. If you see the stats, what is funny about the box scores this game, that despite the blowout in the first half, 41 points difference, at the end of the day, even losing by 19 points, a lot of the stats are very similar. Number of assists, rebounds, turnovers. What was the big difference that you will see here, and the Warriors needs to solve that problem? I think was clear last night. Another problem that we keep saying, the sizing, right? We had a lot of trouble against Jarrett Allen and even Mobley. A lot of fouls. If you see, the Warriors did 24 personal fouls. That was 10 more than the Cavaliers. As you can see here, actually 12 more. And that put them in the line multiple times. When you look to the amount of free throws as well, which is another problem for the Warriors, and has been, because first of all, you see here in the screen that the Warriors are hitting only 71% from the free throw line. We are the worst team in the league right now in free throw shooting, and that's a big issue. The second point is that the Warriors in this past years, we are not a team that goes too much to the line. So when you see we had 14 opportunities, we just scored 10 points. Look at the Cavaliers. They went to the free throw line 28 times. They scored 24, 10 more points than the Warriors, only in free throw shooting. So it's just there we are putting 10 points, right? And then obviously we know about the 3 points, because the Cavaliers hit 14 3-points in the first half, and that was what set the tone for the game. But my concern, and it happens, but I think it got shadowed by the result, it happens against the Celtics as well, is that the Warriors are trading and leaving too much space in the 3-point line for the opponent team. It happens against the Celtics. It happens a lot last night as well, mainly in the first half. Warriors are, because of we're double teaming the guard, whoever has the ball, and a lot of times we're leaving that 3-point on the corner or perimeter open. And that's problematic because nowadays everyone in the NBA shoots. So Steve Kerr said that he wants the Warriors to be a high volume 3-point shooting. We have been outscored in the 3-point line, and that's very problematic for a team like the Warriors that doesn't have many athletic guys or tall guys. So the Warriors need to fix that. We can't trade the same amount of 3 points than other teams like the Cavaliers or the Celtics even. We need to have a lot of more volume on that shooting. And then obviously they had a great night. Cavaliers are 10-0 this season. There's a reason for that. They're a great team. They had a night that was even better than expected. Kenny Atkinson, the former assistant coach for the Warriors, current head coach for the Cavaliers, mentioned about it. But it's just that when you give to an NBA player the space, it's very likely that they're going to hit that. So if you look at the numbers, and you might be asking if you're paying attention here on the screen, that the number actually of 3-point shootings for this game was very similar at the end. The Warriors had 42 attempts against 42 of the Cavs, but most of the Warriors came in the second half. When the game was done, we got to be real, like it was done. So the Cavaliers is lower the pace, and the Warriors catch up a little bit, and it still lost by 19 points. So the Warriors need to fix that. Two things we already know. We're still struggling with size. We still have a lot of turnovers. But we also need to deal with giving too much 3-point shooting for the other team. Personal fouls, we need to control this. We are sending the teams too much to the free throw line. We need to get more there. We need to be more efficient on the free throw line. And last but not least, we need to start better the games. It happens against the Celtics and we were able to come back. It happens against the Trailblazers in our first game. It happens against the Clippers and we were not able to come back. The Warriors are letting themselves in a hole because they're starting really poor shooting. And last night was just too much. We couldn't get out of it. So we need to start better these games as well. So all those points right now are affecting the Warriors, and it doesn't mean that it's not going to be a competitive team. It doesn't mean that will happen every night, but it will happen, a few of them. And it doesn't, like, if it happens combined, all of them like last night, we're going to lose another game of 40 points. But if it happens one or two of them, it already puts you in a difficult situation of winning the game, right? Because 3 points, you get a team like the Cavaliers last night that they scored 21 more points than us in the 3-point shooting by itself. Then you put another 10 in the free throw lines. Like, it's a 31 points lead. You just can't get out of it. The Warriors don't shoot too much on the two or inside the ring or dunking, anything like that to compensate for that difference. So the Warriors have to deal with these points if they want really to be a title contender, because I have no doubt that we are playoff contenders. The Cavaliers are the best team in the league. It wasn't a disaster. It was great to see that the team was still showing some energy. Not everyone. I'm going to say, I think some players disappointed last night because they sort of gave up. But the second unit, mainly, they came and they were still trying to keep in the game and reduce that lead. So it was against the best team in the league right now. So the Warriors will be playoff contenders, but I want to see them as a title contender. And to be that, you'll have to fix these problems. Let's look at the schedule. So we're playing OKC. Again, we're 7-2. It is not a disaster. It's a great start for the Warriors. We had a lot of road trip games. We play against very difficult teams right now, Celtics and Cavaliers. We're going to play the OKC that is leading together with Phoenix, the West. So it won't be an easy game. They have the best defense in the league right now. SGA is a great point guard. So the Warriors are going to have a very difficult game tomorrow. And then we head back to the Chase Center to face Klay Thompson, the Dallas Mavericks, and then the Memphis Grizzlies on next Friday. So November won't be easy. There are still a lot of things to to happen, a lot of great teams to face, but I'm confident that the Warriors can fix these things. Steve Kerr has shown already that he's a great mind game, and he knows how to deal with those difficult situations. And I expect the Warriors to rebound and be a lot more competitive tomorrow. So I hope you saw some positiveness in the game last night. I hope you enjoy it as much as possible. And then we see each other tomorrow to talk about the game against the OKC. Have a great Saturday. Bye.